Welcome to Grow Overload. Now, there is a new firmware flaw in UEFI or BIOS that is another exploit out there that we're going to have to deal with. Now, I do recommend people that if they've never updated BIOS, I think it's something that, yes, you have to be cautious about. It could brick your computer. I know it's a thing, but overall, I've had a lot of success with doing it over the years, and it's one thing that I think we're going to have to get used to and learn how to do. If you don't know how to do it, just learn how to do it so that we can be um, getting these latest firmware updates, whatever it's with the UEFI or microcode that goes onto the chip if the microcode is not distributed in a different way. And this is just something that I think we're just going to have to deal with as more and more security flaws need to be patched so that we can harden against all these security exploits. And that's what this one is. Um, I was reading an article or a couple articles on this, and well, it seems to be a lot of the, or it seems to be, with this Phoenix firmware that's used with the Intel chips. It's not an Intel chip problem. It is the firmware problem of how they deal with the TPM, and it's a buffer overflow of that. So even though you have secure boot and everything else, this is, before kind of that has initiated. And there are patches already going out for this, so that is good. If you have a lake chip, which is pretty much from what I've been able to read, it's, Alder Lake, Coffee Lake, Comet Lake, Ice Lake, Jasper Lake, KB Lake, Meteor Lake, Raptor Lake, Rocket Lake, Tiger Lake, basically, the lakes. And hopefully your motherboard will get these patches. There's a lot of stuff here that that doesn't get it, that they're older motherboards, which is unfortunate. I think that for things like this, companies should look into making sure that they get the latest patches, and then just with the security patches, and release these. I think that this should actually be coming from Intel as well, even though it's not an Intel chip issue. It's a motherboard thing, and Intel's like, well, you know what, we want our chips out there. When there's a security thing like this, we need to make sure it is patched. So that's one thing where I hope that they actually push for this. We've seen now with some of the Intel stuff of uh, their chips, failing because of, the default settings not being set and having default settings, that they don't take the motherboard testing as seriously as AMD would, or, board testing as seriously as NVIDIA does. I don't even know if AMD takes testing as seriously as NVIDIA does, but with this vulnerability, which is, the UEFI code handling TPM configuration, which is supposedly your security chip, this is one that you want to get patched. So, um, the UEFI is just modern BIOS, it's what everyone uses these days. And it's something that I hope that these patches come out. I hope that it gets, I know Lenovo and, well, Phoenix, where this was, um, has has addressed the flaw, and Lenovo is getting these patches out. So it's, you gotta constantly update, right? We are hardening against different attacks now. I write software. I know how it goes. You write something, you think it's good, but later on you find that there is a issue with the piece of software, and you got to go in and fix it. You got to patch it. You got to make sure that you hopefully make it better, and fix and not reintroduce something else. Um, and hopefully over time, maybe this is one thing where AI can help with, is help test software to see where vulnerabilities are, so that it is something on the development side where we can actually see where vulnerabilities are and patch them before they get out to the user. I still think that they'll get out there and that they'll have to be found and patched, but only time will tell to see how this evolves over time. But it's just another one of those things where gotta be patching, right? It's you gotta harden against these areas where there could be an attack, and here we are, another one in the BIOS. You know, it just happens to be that way. So yeah, this is another one of those. Hopefully, if you got an Intel system, your system will get a BIOS update so that you can patch against this. If not, well, I wish Intel would do something about it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching Gravelode and helping this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon, watch another one of my videos. Those things really do help out the channel. And until next time, God bless.